How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully, everybody's having a really good night. As promised, live at 10 p.m. Eastern, 10:01 actually. But you know what? I've had so many people ask me about this poster behind me for Tombstone. If you haven't seen the movie, go see the movie. So I'm only going to do this once, only one time. Okay, so don't miss it and don't bash me too much. I'm your Huckleberry. So anybody who's seen that movie, you know exactly what I was referring to. I'm your Huckleberry. So moving on. I digress. Got a lot to talk about tonight, guys. We are 15 days away from something that is just so flippin' amazing. I am having call after call after call. The demand for this is off the charts. It literally is off the charts. And I'm telling you something. We're going to identify some major problems tonight on this call. And I really want to talk in depth about some of these major problems that we see in different industries. And we're going to start with cryptocurrency. I love cryptocurrency. Don't get me wrong. I think it's amazing. I think it's the future of money. I think the blockchain is unbelievably cool. And I don't care what a couple billionaires say that, when they want to bash it and stuff, you know what they're doing. They're turning around and buying it when they force a dip or whatever. We all know the game that's being played. We know the manipulation in cryptocurrency and other stocks and whatever. It's there. It exists. Let's not deny it. But one of the major problems in cryptocurrency is volatility, and we're going to talk about that tonight. You know, when one person is making a lot of money, somebody else is losing. That is just a fact, right? Somebody sells on time, they sell right at the right hour, the right day, the right time, the right minute, the right second. I mean, they analyze. You know, you've got your day traders that are amazing at what they do, and they can make a killing. And where does that leave the rest of us, right? And sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you buy and sell. And I've actually seen comments where people say, well, you know what, you should have held a little longer, or you should have sold a little sooner. You know what? Nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody's going to win 100% of the time. Nobody. But that's one thing, volatility. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about networking as well. One of the major issues in networking is the lack of retention. The lack of retention or attrition is an absolute killer. Another killer is auto ship. Auto ship's one of the reasons for the lack of retention is overpriced products and services. That's another major problem. So we're going to talk about that as well. We're also going to identify another problem, back to cryptocurrency. How do you spend your money? How do you spend your money without paying ridiculous fees? How do you move your money around? There's a major problem. And we're going to go back and forth, right? We're going to go back to networking. For all you people who own network marketing companies or know owners of companies or any company, payroll. How do you pay distributors worldwide? That's an issue. That is a big issue as well. We're going to talk about that as well. We're going to talk a lot about a lot of problems, and let's go even deeper. Talk about another problem. There are so many people in the world right now that want to be entrepreneurs. There's so many people who want to be self-employed, so many people who want to be self-efficient without having to punch into a clock every morning. I get that. We talk about it all the time, and I've seen thousands and thousands of presentations regarding this. But the problem is sometimes they don't know how, or it's not only that, it's the platforms that they're joining don't allow them to do it. If you look at the majority of the platforms out there, mathematically, it is simply impossible for more than a few percent of the people to win. It's impossible. It's just the truth. It cannot be done in certain platforms. And these platforms, sadly enough, are designed to make it that way. And the reason why they have to make it that way, corporate's got to make money too. The shareholders need to make money. The board of directors need to make money. Not everybody can make money. You sell a product or a service. Think about it. Sell one bottle of juice, and it has to be spread out to all the members. Need to make money. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. So only the strong survive, right? It's the truth. Only the people that can muster the strength to stay in it long enough. They say the average time it takes you 3-4 years to really make money in networking and things of that sort. And it's true. In most cases, it's very true. So we're going to talk about that as well. A lot of things out there. But that's what I'm excited about, because I found a platform that solves all of those problems, and in a big way. And that's completely legitimate. Let me ask people this question right now. What is more legitimate than banking, having a banking license, having an active banking license, and things of that sort? As an appraiser, I've had a professional license for a long, long time. And to keep my professional license, I had to go to the state every year and I had to be reviewed. I had to anytime you want your license for the next year, you have to qualify for it. You have to literally just go back constantly and say, hey, I want to renew. And they will check on you. They will look for any financial issues. They will look to see, they can go as far as looking if you've had recent speeding tickets and they literally vet you like crazy. To keep your license active, you have to be crystal clear. You have to be squeaky clean. Our chairman of the board has had a banking license for over 11 years. We have a second partner bank called Neveo Ltd. Out of London. We have a third partner bank out of the Dominica. We are launching worldwide in 15 days. 15 days in one of the most famous buildings in the world, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. At our event, we will have 20 plus A-list celebrities. We will have camera crews and news people from around the world. It is a massive, massive event. And why am I telling you all this? Because for the first time in many years, I have found something, or something found me, I should say, that everybody can win. There is a passive element to what we're doing that is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, I've got world beaters on this team. My team is absolutely amazing. I feel blessed every day when I wake up and I'm able to, build with these fine ladies and gentlemen. It's just amazing. It's an honor for me. It's very humbling to be able to work with who I work with on an everyday basis. But at the same time, even more exciting, I get to work with people who have never made a penny in networking. And they're doing well here. And they're doing well quickly because it's a true passive income. Let me give you a scenario, a couple examples. Let's go back to the juice, for example. Okay, I sell 1,000 bottles of juice. I'm doing really well. I'm just out there busting my butt, and I sell 1,000 bottles of juice. Everybody buys one bottle. So I have 1,000 reps. Everybody buys a bottle of juice for $100. So I just raised $100,000 for the company. I'm doing well. This is awesome. But guess what? I want to get paid for my efforts. So I raise $100,000 for a company, and they say, John, you're a rock star. Here's $20,000. You've earned it. Here's 20%. You've earned $20,000. Well, that means $20,000 of the $80,000 is off the table. Now let's say, well, corporate's going to keep that, right? They're going to keep some of that. So say they keep $20,000. So now $40,000 is off the table. Now there's $60,000 left to be paid out in commissions. Well, I signed up 1,000 people. What if I evenly distributed that 60,000 across those 1,000 people? Everybody would receive $60, which means what? Everybody would have lost $40. But it won't be evenly distributed throughout everybody. It won't. These companies purposely build compensation plans to where 1 to 3% of the people will really, truly earn. They need the top earners. They need that guy walking across that stage. They need those success stories. I've been in these meetings. I've talked to these groups and these CEOs and these people. They have to design it in a way they need people to win. They need that guy making $50,000 a month. They need that lady making $100,000 a month, because it's a dream that they're selling you this dream. And they need to sell you this dream. Hey, can you do it? Yes, you can. Is it incredibly, incredibly difficult to do? Yes, it is. And only few people in the world ever get to walk across that stage. Only few people in the world get to live that dream with that true residual income. But let's tell you some truths. Did you know that 87 days is a magical number in networking? Why? Because the average person drops out after 87 days. Those people walking across the stage, they do well for a couple of years. Some of them do really well. And guess what happens after their team falls out from underneath them? Because people are losing money and they cannot afford to keep buying this expensive $200 drink. And they fall apart. And the whole thing topples. And then the company gets back together and say, hey, how do we fix this? How do we revamp this? There's only been a small handful of network marketing companies that ever hit billion-dollar status. A small amount out of the millions and millions and millions of people that have joined these companies. Only a small percent have had success, and only a small percent of companies have had success and sustained it. It's hard to do. Thank you, blockchain. Thank you, cryptocurrency. Now, with it, there are some companies that take cryptocurrency and they want to open up these networking companies, and it's just a facade. And they're saying, hey, we're going to pay you X amount of dollars every day. We're going to pay you a certain amount of percentage every day. But the problem is when they do that, you got to see through it. And what I mean by that is a simple fact that, you know, if you're mining somewhere offshores that nobody knows about, and you're saying, hey, we're going to pay everybody 3% a day, mathematically not going to happen. It goes right back. It's not going to happen. They're paying you with the next person coming in, and they're forcing an auto ship on you. If they're forcing you to auto ship, and they're saying they're paying you a certain percentage a day, most likely they're taking that money that's coming in from the next guy, and they're using some of that to pay you. This is just a hard truth. One thing about me is I am brutally honest, especially when it comes to business. Especially reputation is everything to me. Everything. Being compliant matters. Having just ethics is everything in business. It will follow you throughout your whole life. You have to be brutally honest. So I'm not here to bash the industry. I think the industry is phenomenal. It's amazing if it's set up in a way for everyone to win. So let's go back to cryptocurrency. Volatility. Volatility is a killer. Man, it is a killer. But if you can insert safeguards, then it could be amazing. For the first time in your lives, you are hearing about a company that not only just started their own cryptocurrency, launched it, but a company that has created the world's first truly decentralized bank. I'm not talking about in a couple countries. I'm talking about in 169 countries. And on top of that, here in 15 days, over 200 countries. That's number one. Number two, talk about staking. Cryptocurrency staking. What in the world is staking? Well, many of us in cryptocurrency have heard about mining. Mining is a process, literally, of confirmations, right? You have, here is a transaction that happened. I, myself, John, sent Philip Bitcoin. Before he can receive that Bitcoin, someone, or really something, typically, usually a mining rig, has to confirm that transaction. Once enough confirmations take place, then Philip will receive the Bitcoin that I sent him. Well, for owning that machine or that rig that completed that confirmed the transaction, I am awarded Bitcoin for it. That's what happens, and it happens every single day in cryptocurrency. In fact, you cannot send and receive cryptocurrency without confirmations taking place. That's part of the beauty of cryptocurrency, is the transparency and the decentralization and all of those things. Well, now there's something called staking. Proof of work as opposed to, proof of staking. The staking is now done on computers called nodes or master nodes, and they create these staking pools. And so instead of you having to own a rig that burns all of this electricity and sucks up all of this power and makes your flipping power bill about $1,200 a month just to have 2 or 3 rigs, are you kidding me? You usually have to send your rigs off to a mining farm or data center or whatever, and have somebody service. You pay them $100 a month or so to take care of it for you, right? And you hope and you pray you get enough transactions confirmed that you can pay for your rig and make some money, right? And that's what happens, right? And then right now, good luck in getting these cards and things of that sort, because the larger companies swoop them up. They swoop them up so fast. It's actually getting harder to make money in mining, because a lot of big companies come in, they'll buy 50,000 cards at a time, leaving you, scratching your head wondering where to get these things. Okay, it's just reality. It's just the truth. But proof of staking is something that you can do on nodes or community nodes. You can pool your money together, and by creating this block of transactions, all these confirmations being done, you create a block and your money's sitting there. And think of it like an annuity, where you have, say, $100,000. You put $100,000 into a bank. You're drawing interest off of this money. Well, you're incentivized not to spend your principal, because if you take your principal out, you are losing your interest payouts, right? But instead of interest, these are called staking rewards. Just like mining, your pool is being awarded confirmations, and by receiving those confirmations, you are actually being paid in the coin that you are confirming the transaction for, in this case G999. That was launched, open source blockchain in Monaco in October of 2020 by a billionaire who has had incredible success in cryptocurrency, in gold, in taking companies public. We'll talk about that as well. Here we're going public. We will be listed on the London Stock Exchange on the 26th of this month. But here's the cool thing about staking. Everybody who stakes gets paid. Everybody. Now take this to look at network marketing. I want to ask you an honest question. Would network marketing be amazing if every single person you shared your opportunity with made money, made more than they spent? Would that be a game changer in network marketing? Would that change that dynamics? So for example, I go tell 100 people, 10 people sign up, 10 people stake, 10 people make money, 100% of them make money, and they don't have to pay anything monthly. Would that be a game changer? Because staking is an everyday adopted practice in cryptocurrency. A lot of coins stake. That is a major game changer, but not a lot of coins allow you to refer others and pay you on their staking, pay you to refer others. A lot of coins don't do that. One of the reasons why you see value being driven into different projects and platforms is they're creating a community of people. They need a lot of people. You have to have a lot of people behind a coin to increase its value. You just have to. You've got to create a community. Well, one way we're creating is we've put together a referral program. And in that referral program, you can earn money because you refer people to this staking. Now, that's just one aspect of it. Because if I sat here tonight and I told you we're the only cryptocurrency that stakes, I'd be lying to you. We're not. So let's add some more to it. And does staking completely eliminate volatility? No, it doesn't. Slows it down a little bit here and there, yes. Because if a lot of people are staking their coins, go back to the annuity, it means they're holding their principal. They're holding their coins, so they're not selling, so they're not dumping on everybody else, and they're incentivized to hold because they're receiving the staking rewards. So the coin goes up, their rewards go up. The coin goes down, their rewards go down, but they're getting a percentage off of the amount of coins they're holding, right? It makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense. So, but does that stop volatility? No. Look what happened a couple weeks ago in cryptocurrency. You can stake Cardano, you can stake VeChain, you can stake Ethereum, you can do a mine and all that. Well, didn't all of them lose 30, 40, 50, 60% of their value 2 weeks ago? Yes, they did. Cardano, 65% of Cardano holders stake. Did you know 53% of VeChain holders stake, but they still took a beating? VeChain went down from like 23 cents down to 9 cents. Now it's built up to like 11 or 12. Ethereum went from over $4,000 to just above $2,000. They stake. So did that protect you from volatility? No, it didn't. Now the people that are staking, are they still getting paid? Yes. Are they as worried as the people who lost? No, because they're still getting paid. So still a good thing overall for the people who do it. Again, tie that into network marketing. Everybody you refer can stake. Everybody earns. Nobody has to lose. Why? Think about where the money comes from. Let's go back to the other example I shared. You sell 1,000 bottles of juice for $100,000. You've generated $100,000 for a company. That company cannot possibly pay anybody over $100 without somebody else losing. It's not mathematically possible. The income generated in staking is everybody in a pool earns off of the pool. So depending on how large the pool is, say 100 people are in a pool, 100 people split that pool. 1,000 people are in a pool, 1,000 people split that pool. And the larger the pool, typically the larger the payouts. So you're splitting a larger payout. We have a staking pool right now you get paid 11.99% annually on. So, for example, our coin is less than a penny now. At less than a penny, it would cost you to get 1 million coins in there. What, $5,000-$6,000? You can stake for a couple $100. You can stake for. We have all sorts of different staking pools. But the point is, everybody in that pool gets paid. 100% of the people win. That's just one aspect of this. Now let's talk about a deflationary model. What does that mean? Well, it's another safeguard, if you will. If you understand how cryptocurrency works, and you hear it all the time. You go to YouTube, you hear every 20, have you noticed that every 20-year-old in the world is an expert on cryptocurrency, right? Every 20-year-old, I'm just saying. So, or they think they are. So you basically, how do you come up with the value of a coin? How do you know? How do you calculate it? It's easy. You take the overall market cap. That means how much money is out in the market back in the coin. For example, if $100 million is out in the open market, so you've got people, thousands of people, and they hold $100 million of coins at any given time, that is the market cap. You take that number and you divide it by the circulating supply. Circulating supply, not the entire supply. Because some coins could be locked up in staking in other ways, right? If they're locked up, they're not being circulated. So you take the overall market cap, you divide it by the circulating supply, whatever that number is, that's the value of your coin. So I love deflationary models. What does that mean? Well, these coins are minted every day. When they're minted, this is what happens. They're creating more and more coins. Well, we have a model right now. If you look at the last 30 days, last 60 days, last 90 days, we are literally burning at a 3-to-1 ratio, which means we are taking the coins completely out of existence, out of the circulating supply, 3-to-1. So that means if we make 3,000 coins, we eliminate, we create 1,000 coins, we mint 1,000 coins, we eliminate 3,000 coins. We mint 1 million coins, we eliminate 3 million coins. So our our overall circulating supply is decreasing every day. Decreasing. Well, we know just based off the numbers we're doing, we're going to decrease to $2 billion or lower by the end of this year. We're going to decrease to under $1 billion by the end of next year. Well, our market cap is going up every day. Why? Think about this for a moment. Why? Because we're bringing people in a network marketing where everybody wins. So we're increasing by thousands and thousands of members a day. Thousands of members that now become coin holders. They stake, so they're locking their coins up because they're incentivized to hold. By holding, they're earning these payouts. My question to you is, would you just quickly sell if you're being paid out every week? No, most people wouldn't. Why would you? As soon as you sell, take the lump sum once and miss out on all those residual payments. A lot of people want those residual payments. Can now add the deflating model with it. It's a beautiful thing. We're deflating. We're bringing new members in. Our retention is excellent. Why? Because everybody's being paid. So what did we solve? We solved attrition in network marketing, didn't we? Our retention is excellent. Why would you drop out in 87 days? Why would you drop out in a year? If you're making money every week regardless, why would you ever leave? The answer is you wouldn't. So we've solved retention. We've solved that issue with network marketing. We solved the puzzle. And it's a beautiful thing to see. It's amazing. You know how much more fun it is to have phone calls and meetings with your team when you know everybody's earning? It completely changes everything. It makes it fun. And you don't get those phone calls, oh my gosh, John, I just lost $500 in the last 2 months, I'm out. You don't have to take those phone calls. It is a wonderful feeling. Okay, on top of that, the deflationary model, right? We're decreasing the overall supply. We're creating scarcity. What drives value to anything? Supply and demand. Simple supply and demand. We're decreasing. But let me ask you this question. Are we the only cryptocurrency platform with staking who also employs a deflationary model? No, we're not. We're not. But here's the thing that's cool. We understand that. We don't believe that's enough. What I'm about to tell you next, we are the only platform that does this in the world, period, end of story. And the only reason we're able to do this is twofold. A, we've got a bank that's licensed in 169 countries. And we'll have a third partner bank, so I actually have two banks now. We'll have a third one, 26 in Dubai, announced to the world. 2,500 publications, worldwide media. Everybody's going to know about us. Right now, we're at half a cent. That's not going to last. That's not going to last. So for whoever comes in and stakes now, oh my goodness, great decision. Great decision. Because do I believe we're going to 50x this coin, 100x this coin, 200x? Absolutely I do. Because I know what the plan is. I know what the strategy is. I'm not going to promise. You never promise anything. I'm not making projections. I'm not doing that. But I know what the plan is. And this next element to this plan is phenomenal. And nobody, before I even get into this, I want you to think about this question. Think about this question. If I went over to Buterin, okay, from Ethereum, and I asked him, I said, listen, I love your platform. I absolutely love it. I love your open source blockchain. I love everything about Ethereum. I have a tattoo on my back about Ethereum. Got a tattoo on my head. I mean, my baby's middle name is Ethereum. You know, whatever, Kevin Ethereum Johnson, whatever. I love Ethereum. But I have put a lot of money into it and I've made money. But man, I have supported your platform from the beginning, myself and many others. I've got a question for you, sir. May I, because I've been such a strong supporter of you, may I earn and share the revenue of all the companies that you have using your blockchain to market their products and services? All of the companies that are using your platform, will you give me just a small override? What do you think he's going to say? He's going to say, no way, go play in the hay. And I had no clue he was a poet. I really didn't until recently. He'll say, no, not going to happen, right? Not going to happen. Go to, Mr. Hopkins and ask him that same question. Go to anybody, any of the platforms and ask them that question. They're all going to tell you no. That's not how it works. You're going to invest in our coin. You're going to sell it when you think it's a good time to sell, or you're going to hold, or you're going to stake, or you're going to do whatever. Those are your options. Okay, great. This next thing, G999. This is a world changer. I am on phone calls constantly with massive business guys, big guys worth billions of dollars, and guys that have been around, they've seen everything. Guys and gals, I don't want to exclude men and women both. It's amazing. And then I'm on calls with a person who's never made a penny in this industry, making money with us, which are my favorite calls, by the way. My favorite calls, by the way. But this is something we have that nobody else has. We have created a worldwide marketplace. Think about this next thing extremely carefully. People can use our open source blockchain. What does that mean, open source? It means you can market all sorts of products and services on our blockchain. And we are offering it to the masses, and we're going to talk all about it. I'm so excited. Can you tell? I'm so excited. okay, I'm going to, full disclosure here. I am stoked to go to Dubai. I am very excited to meet the royal family of Dubai. I am very excited to rub shoulders with A-list celebrities and be all over the news, all over the world, and launch this thing. But I'm gonna be really honest with you. I am more excited to ride a freaking camel on the beach. I'm just telling you that, right? Holy crap, a camel ride. Never. I've only seen that. I didn't even know that was a real thing until recently. I mean, I've seen it on TV and stuff like that, but I get to ride a freaking camel. Anyway, I digress. Where was I? Oh, yes. Marketplace. Marketplace. For the first time in history, imagine, go back to Ethereum or Bitcoin. Imagine taking your Ethereum and saying, hey, Buderick, I'm going to take some of this Ethereum and I'm going to give it back to you. And because I give it back to you, I'm going to get an override of all the products and services sold on your blockchain. Go to VeChain, say, hey, you just, you're talking to H&M right now, right? You're going to be the supplier for H&M, possibly. You just signed a big deal with all the Walmarts in China where you're going to be their supplier. Every time they use you, can I earn some of that money? No, you can't. With us, you can. So we are literally allowing thousands and thousands of merchants to use our blockchain to market not only to the community of the thousands of G99 holders, but we bought our own media company. We just bought the 3 largest and most historic newspapers in Germany. We have agreements with places like Reuters, with the Associated Press, with Bloomberg. We're going to have TV. We're going to have radio. We're going to have internet. Everything talking about G999. Well, guess what our merchants get? They get to plug in to worldwide media for pennies on the dollar. Pennies on the dollar. Why? Easy. Because we needed to create a win-win scenario. Think about this very carefully. They use our open source blockchain. Say it's a bicycle vendor. Now you've got a place in England selling bicycles on our blockchain. Somebody purchases a bicycle in London. You get a commission because you took some of your cryptocurrency and you bought a certificate in England, and every single merchant in that entire country that uses our blockchain is sharing their revenue with you. You do the same thing. You take your cryptocurrency and you buy a certificate in Sweden. And every time a Swedish meatball is sold and they're on our blockchain, I freaking love Swedish meatballs. I've never in my life earned a nickel, a dime on a Swedish meatball. Never. I've always bought them. I've never earned from other people buying them. Holy heck, that's cool. Every time a product or service is sold in Sweden via our blockchain, everybody has that certificate using their cryptocurrency gets a commission. It gets better than that. Every single merchant that signs up for our blockchain must get one of our MasterCards. And they must use our MasterCard. And they must purchase our G999. And they must use our G999 to pay for the advertising to use our blockchain, to create their NFTs on our blockchain. And every time that happens, we burn that from our circulating supply, and we decrease our circulating supply, which means we increase scarcity. We create scarcity through our own merchants. Every time one of our tens of thousands of members swipe that MasterCard, we burn the overall supply. Every time they swipe that MasterCard and they're on your team, you get paid a commission. Nothing like this has ever happened before. And this is a message directly to you naysayers out there, and you know who you are. I'm going to give you guys a challenge, and I'm going to call you out tonight, and I'll tell you why. You're hurting a lot of people by lying to a lot of people. You just are. I wanted to ask you a question. Every single person who has said, oh, no, this can't be real. This is a scam, da, da, da. I want to ask you a simple question. How many banks have you owned? How many professional licenses have you held? Because let me tell you something from someone who has held a professional license. You cannot renew your license year after year after year after year if you are a scammer. You cannot hold your license. You will not renew it. It would be denied. It would be stripped. It would be taken for you. So who the hell are you to sit there and tell people that something is not real when you have absolutely no clue? Because I can tell you right now, anybody that says that, you have never in your life ever held a professional license. Ever. Because if you did, you would know exactly what the process is, and you would know for a fact you cannot have a chairman of the board in Joseph Haidt who has a bank license in good standing for over 12 years. He would not have that license if he was not squeaky clean. It just does not happen. It doesn't happen. Do you know how often a bank is audited? Do you know how? Become a CPA. Go screw over a couple clients and see if you ever get that license back. Become a financial advisor, rip somebody off, and see how fast that license is gone. So who the hell are you to sit there and say, and have the gall to sit there and say, oh, this is not real, this is fake. You know what? Forget you. You know nothing. Do you know what it tells the rest of us? You're naive. You don't know what the heck you're talking about, so just do yourself a favor and stop. Because right now, I have a MasterCard with the Gold Standard Bank logo on the front and with Navayo's logo on the back. You know how big Navayo is? Go to Navayo right now, Nvayo, and look them up. They are so flippin' big. Not only do they issue a MasterCard in 169 countries, they're so darn big that they have their own MasterCard rails. Do you think for 1 minute these guys would partner with us if we were not legit? So all your messages from your basement and from your grandmother's house and from wherever you are, you know what? My best advice to you, zip it. Because you know what? How foolish you're going to look when we announce to the world that we are publicly being traded on the London Stock Exchange come June 26. How foolish are you going to look? 15 days. 15 days. We're announcing to the world, and we're going to show. You know what you have to do to be listed on a stock exchange and to be publicly traded? You know how legitimate you have to be? You know how credible you have to be? You know how honest you have to be for that to happen? So all you naysayers out there, do yourselves a favor and stop. And all you people that have been fooled by these naysayers, give us a call. Give us a call. If you told somebody no a couple weeks ago because you read some guy from his basement pretending he's an expert on anything and everything, give us a call. Because you will see what the real truth is. And have a member show them your MasterCard. Have a member show you pulling money out of an ATM with our MasterCard issued by a real MasterCard provider with real MasterCard rails. And being backed by a chairman with a real bank license in good standing in multiple countries. Who are you going to believe? Who are you going to believe? The 20-year-old with a bad haircut? Or are you going to believe the banks that issue MasterCards around the world? Who are you going to believe? You've got to make that choice. Let me ask you this. Any crypto enthusiasts out there? Is staking real? Is staking something that cryptocurrencies offer? Yes, it is. Are people paid in staking pools all the time? Yes, they are. What have you heard tonight that's not real? Nothing. Nothing. But think about this. You have the ability to finally come into a networking company. And guess what? Guess how many people you need to have on your team to earn money in this? That many. Zero. Zip. You can make money on the staking. You can take the staking rewards and purchase certificates. And basically what you're doing is you're mitigating your risk. Mitigating your risk. What if you said, okay, John, listen, this is what I like to do. I like to take my staking rewards, which is now house money, because they're awards I'm being paid for holding my cryptocurrency. I'd like to take some of this money and say, and I want to buy a certificate into England, a couple $100 worth of my staking rewards. Now I am now earning income every time a transaction, not just sells, but anytime somebody swipes their card in England, I get paid. Every time somebody buys this product or service, I get paid. So here's my question to you. What if my coin has a 20 or 30 or even 40% correction? Am I worried? No, I'm not. Because that bicycle that Junior just bought, I just made a couple dollars on it. That car that someone had just bought in another country, I just made a bunch of money on it. That tokenized real estate, the first tokenized real estate in the world, the J1 in Dubai, we just bought a third of that building. You, as a coin holder, can take some of your coins and purchase square footage in a real building that we are going to dedicate with the royal family of Dubai present on June 27th in 16 days. So, let me break this down for you. Royal family of Dubai will be with us. Multiple A-list celebrities. Worldwide coverage. Public listing on the London Stock Exchange. Chairman of the board with bank license and good standing. Niveo, massive distributor of MasterCards, so big they have their own rails. Where are you getting any notion that this isn't legitimate? Where? How? None of this happens if it's not legitimate. All of this that I'm sharing with you tonight is not just legitimate. Man, if I could show you my back office right now and show you that I've been paid over 3,000 times in the last 30 days, what would you say? Because it's true. And I'm not the only one. This thing is unbelievable. This thing's right there in front of you to take a hold of and to participate in, whether you refer people or not. That's up to you. Will you earn more if you do? Of course you will. You will in any group. But the point is you don't have to. And at the same time, you're plugging into a worldwide marketplace just by being a coin holder. So if your coin takes a 40% dip, but what if you own 30 certificates in 30 different countries and you have 30 streams of income coming in, then your coin takes a dip? Are you really worried about it? No, because you've countered it with all these passive incomes because you took action. And on top of that, we haven't even gotten into the gold and the silver and the precious metals. Gold Standard Bank. Yes, the same logo on front of our very real MasterCard. You want to challenge me? Challenge me. I'll go walk to a flipping ATM right now. I'll go drive my white butt to an ATM right now and pull out money right in front of you and show you that card. It is as real as the day is long. And you have thousands of members that can show you the same darn thing. So these doubts that are creeping in, get them out of there. You know what these doubts are doing? They're costing you money. That's what they're doing. They're costing you a revenue stream, multiple revenue streams. Take the time to listen and stop listening to some person or a couple people on YouTube that really don't know what the heck they're talking about. Talk to the people that are plugged in, that are with this company day by day, that have been on these phone calls with huge company heads and have talked about the compliance, have sat on the calls about, going public, and have talked to the people that actually know what the flip they're talking about. Go to them. Go to the right source. And do yourself a favor and just stop. Stop doubting for once. Does every company in the world work? No. Have we all had failures? Yes, we have. Have we all been in projects that didn't work? Yes. But I'm telling you something right now. With the money behind this, with the coin, with the ecosystem, with the banks, with the partnerships, with the celebrities, with the media, with everything, holy cow. This is set, this is primed for you right now. And here's my warning to you. The only way you lose is if you don't get in now. And I'll tell you why. Because right now, you can get the coin for less than a penny. In 15 days, I can't make that promise to you. I can't. The whole world's going to know who we are in 15 days. You don't think they're going to be excited about a platform, especially these crypto enthusiasts? Oh my gosh, I could take my Bitcoin, I could take my Ethereum, I could take my cryptocurrency, I could move it to a USD wallet, to a MasterCard like that. Boom, boom, boom. For little to no fees, and I can spend it. And oh, by the way, I can send money to my family members around the world for free. There's another problem we solve. We solve another problem. Think about how much money is sent back and forth across the world from family member to family member, friend to friend, in remittances. I'll tell you right now, $38 billion a year is sent from the United States to South America, and $4.2 billion in fees are paid. Guess how much it cost us to send someone in South America money from America if they're member to member? Zero. Free. Guess how long it takes them to receive it? 3 to 5 seconds. They can receive USD, go to their ATM, pay like a $2 conversion rate, and boom, they've got pesos. In Japan, they've got yen. In South Korea, they've got their currency. In Vietnam, they've got dong. In Europe, they've got euro or whatever. Immediately like that. Moving money around the world. Just like that. I'm telling you right now, we've got a tiger by its tail. We're clean, we're legitimate, we're credible, and we launch in 15 days. For all you members listening right now, my best advice to you is fill up a node. For you who are listening for the first time, ask the member what the flipping node is. Fill up the node. Receive the 11.99% on your node. Take that money and get the certificates and own your own personal NFTs in multiple countries. Take and buy some gold, buy silver, because we're tokenizing gold. We're tokenizing silver and diamonds. That means anytime somebody does a transaction with gold, just like cryptocurrency, you will be paid gold for holding gold. You will be paid silver for holding silver. You will be paid diamonds for holding diamonds. You could take your coins and literally own a piece of real estate. You can take your coins, own precious metals. You can take your coins and receive shares, profit shares with real merchants around the world. So again, my question to you, are you going to be running around in your neighbor's yard chasing their dog, trying to kick their cat because you're so pissed off because you lost a fortune when your coin dropped 40%? No, you're not going to even sweat it. You're not going to care. Why? Because you have 50 residual streams of income because you took your staking rewards and you created real assets. You have acquired assets. You know how people get rich and stay rich? They acquire assets. They acquire assets. We have a billionaire chairman with multiple business partners around the world that have acquired assets their entire life, and they are allowing us to do the same thing. They're showing us how it's done. They're basically putting this on a platter in front of you and saying, partake. They're serving it up to you. They're handing it to you. And you're going to let some 25-year-old kid in his basement tell you otherwise? Screw him. Forget him. Listen to those in the know. Listen to those who know what the heck is going on. And take the time and effort to learn what we're doing. Because this, my friends, is phenomenal. This is your chance to go to your friends and family who have always said, no, you can't. Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, you're crazy. You're insane. You're a dreamer. Everything you do falls apart. It doesn't work. This is your chance to stake cryptocurrency, to earn that money every week and acquire assets and create real wealth with a real platform. And to go back to them and say, you know what? All those years look what I just did. And if you really take a hold of this, there is some serious potential wealth to be made in this company. Because if you take out the forced auto ship element, you take out the overpriced products and services, you add in a passive income that you can attach to multiple streams of real income with real merchants and real vendors that are happy to share with you because we're giving them a fraction of the cost in their marketing, which means we are creating a margin for them to share with you, then yeah, you can go back to all those naysayers and all those doubters and even yourself. When you've ever doubted yourself, this is your chance to say, hey, I've done it. Because a lot of you didn't fail because you're failures. You didn't fail because you're a loser. You didn't fail because you couldn't. A lot of us failed, or a lot of people failed because the platform failed you. The platform failed you. This time, the platform is working beautifully. People are making crazy incomes already in a pre-launch, and in 15 days, the world will know about something you know about right now, tonight. You make that decision, you get in, you start earning money now. You get the coin while it's below a penny tonight before it's launched to the world, because who knows what the value is going to be after then. The best way to make money in cryptocurrency, get the coins when they're below a penny, and get the coins that are building a freaking cool ecosystem, and get the coin that will offer you what no other coin has ever offered you, and that's the ability to create multiple streams of income in and outside of cryptocurrency with your coin. Never been done. Never been done, but it's happening right now in front of your eyes. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's for you to decide, and I guess for us to find out, right? But that's for you to decide. So with that, everybody, I want to thank you for coming out tonight. And I'll do it one more time. See that, tombstone? I'm your Huckleberry. I got to practice that, right? I'm your Huckleberry. I'm not Val Kilmer, okay? You know what? So forget it. I wasn't in Top Gun. I don't care. I didn't co-star along Tom Cruise. Doesn't matter. But you know what? I'm your Huckleberry. Hey, that one was better. So with that, everybody, have a great night, and we'll talk soon.